Rachel Harty, the founder of HospoDemo. I'm here today to have a drink with Trade Hospitality. Cheers! So, an introduction to HospoDemo and my link to the hospitality industry. Sure, so I've worked in the hospitality industry for most of my career, mainly on the marketing side. For 12 years I headed up marketing and events for a hospitality media owner, and after that I decided to go freelance. So for the past few years I've been helping a range of different clients, hospitality clients, with their marketing strategies, social media, PR and events. I decided to launch HospoDemo in September, around the time that the curfew was first introduced. I was actually having a chat with Garrett Devaney, one of Trade's co-founders, and we were both saying how surprised we were that no one else had organised anything to highlight how unfairly treated the industry had been by the government. So Garrett encouraged me to do something, so I did. Ultimately, I founded HospoDemo as a response to the terrifying situation that so many businesses and the ancillary businesses that support them, including freelancers like me, have been faced with since the start of the pandemic. People are desperate because their livelihoods are on the line or now gone altogether. HospoDemo's mission is simple: to fight for meaningful financial support from the government to ensure that hospitality businesses survive the pandemic. Otherwise, when the time comes to celebrate the end of the pandemic, which is now thankfully in sight, many of our cherished restaurants, bars, pubs, hotels and cafes won't have survived. COVID and Brexit, what a fantastic start to the year. My predictions for the year ahead are that it's going to get a lot tougher for our industry before it gets better. I think we all know that. And without significantly more government support, thousands more businesses will fold and even more jobs will be lost. We're now hearing that it might not even be until May before hospitality businesses can open again. So unless the government significantly increases its levels of financial support to operators soon, it's likely there'll be few businesses still standing by May. Later on in the year, as the vaccines rolled out further, I'd really like to see further support from the government to bolster our damaged industry and help it find its footing again and help it work towards becoming profitable once again. The additional challenges brought about by Brexit initially concern staffing challenges brought on by the end of the free movement of people and the introduction of the new point system for overseas workers. I'd love to see this sad new reality be turned into an opportunity to create new jobs for the growing numbers of unemployed workers in the country. The conversations I'm having at the moment are largely focused on the levels of financial support offered by the government. I know I sound like a broken record, but that is what we're fighting for, and that is what is the important issue at the moment. The general consensus is that the grants announced for the latest lockdown are wholly inadequate in preventing companies from folding. Businesses are being offered up to £9,000 per site, a one-off grant, which is a drop in the ocean in reality. For most operators who are faced with up to a year's worth of rent debt, plus lots of other fixed costs, including rates bills, VAT bills, furlough payments, and various other costs. I'm also speaking to those who've been completely sidelined by the government's financial schemes and not received anything, namely producers in the supply chain, who really don't seem to have been considered at all, and employees not eligible for furlough for whatever reason. They all need some form of compensation for their loss of earnings during the pandemic. I guess, an appreciation of genuine old school hospitality, something we've all been starved of for too long. People will be, I think, more likely to seek out places where they know they'll be guaranteed a warm personal welcome and leave with the kind of glow that only a fantastic hospitality experience can provide. We all desperately want to share good times with our friends and family again, and pubs, restaurants, bars, clubs, hotels are where we want to do it. We're all just fed up of being stuck at home and long for some more personal interaction and real hospitality, not ordering our meal via an app and looking at a menu via a QR code. Really do look to lobby your local MP for support by writing to them to urge them to raise the issue of financial support in Parliament. We need to see much higher grants available to help businesses go some way to paying off the significant rent debts they've accrued and just to help them survive these critical few months. I've been having an ongoing dialogue with Rachel Harty, who's my local MP, who's been a great source of advice and support. She has submitted an early day motion to Parliament to lobby for greater financial support, as well as speaking at Monday's parliamentary debate for a Minister for Hospitality. We're also encouraging operators to consider publicly declaring their business's fixed costs since the start of the pandemic, compared to the amount of government support their businesses have received in that period. It's a new campaign we're doing with HospoDemo that we want to roll out imminently to show the cold hard facts of the huge costs businesses have had to shoulder compared to the inadequate financial support they've been given by the government. When you see the two figures side by side, it really does become apparent what a stark difference there is between the two. And once again, it is clear that the government support really is just a drop in the ocean. What have I been cooking during lockdown? Anything and everything, to be honest. I've been doing a lot of cooking and really loving getting back into it. I've really enjoyed teaching my 9-year-old son to cook, and he's absolutely loves it as well. We've made all sorts of things from risotto to paella, shoulders of lamb, pig's cheeks. We did a whole octopus the other day, and lots of puddings. Obviously, as a kid, obsessed with puddings. So pavlovas and ice creams and cookies and everything except banana bread. We haven't made banana bread. We've also been recreating some of our favourite dishes from restaurants we love going to, like Barafina and Dishoom. Yeah, that side of things has been good. To be honest, I try to avoid Bojo's briefings like the plague. I find them excruciating. But my go-to drinks during lockdown, well, there's been a few, and they've changed over time. It's been a while. At the moment, I'm loving aviations, which I'm drinking now, and picantes, because they're both quick to make, pretty easy, delicious to drink, and they certainly pack a punch. And there's always a bottle of fizz or two chilling in my fridge too. Cheers. First on my list to travel to, when we're able to, it would be Mallorca and Ibiza. They are my home from homes and the place I really yearn for when I'm not there. I absolutely can't wait to go back. What have I missed the most during lockdown? Well, that's a huge list, but probably the thing I've missed most is hugging friends and family, especially my parents, who I haven't hugged now for over a year because they've been shielding. And of course, I'm dreaming about long lunches with my mates somewhere incredible, the kind that go on all afternoon, leading into dinner, and then a spontaneous night of fun. I'm hopeful there'll be quite a few of those to come later in the year. Sadly, I haven't had much time for hobbies, as I have two young children who demand most of my attention when I'm not working. Raising a baby during a pandemic's been interesting. But I've definitely done a lot more cooking since March, as I said before, and I've really got back into something that was a big passion before. So yeah, I will definitely be carrying on with that. So that's one positive thing. Less of a hobby, more of just a new family tradition. My husband, my son and I, most Friday nights have a Friday night disco where we get in the living room, switch the disco lights on, put our favourite tunes on and just dance around like lunatics for a few hours. Definitely lifts the spirits and makes you forget about lockdown for a while. I think that's about it. Thank you very much for having me trade hospitality. And please do follow HospoDemo on Instagram if you haven't already. Cheers.